Students, welcome to this Electronic Devices and Instrumentation Laboratory in the third semester. So this particular laboratory is all relevant to understanding the different basic components required in electronics and communication engineering. So we have 10 different experiments set up in this laboratory, which is broadly categorized into two different parts, Part A and Part B. Part A is all relevant to discrete components and Part B is all simulation experiments. Coming to Part A, we have 6 different experiments where we will be dealing with experiments relevant to clippers and clampers, which is an application of a diode. Next, we have half wave and full wave rectifier, where we are going to find the ripple factor of these two different types of rectifiers, which is again an application of diode. Third one, we are going to understand the characteristic feature, or basically we plot the characteristics of the xenodiode, and we also understand how a xenodiode can regulate a DC voltage. That is application of again a diode, a specific or a very special kind of a diode, which is xenodiode. Next experiment is relevant to silicon control rectifier, where we understand the characteristic feature of the silicon control rectifier. The fifth experiment will be the application of a silicon control rectifier, where we try to do the rectification, that is half wave and full wave rectification, using the silicon control rectifier, using one of the kind of triggering circuit, which you will get to know in the later stage. The last experiment in Part A is all relevant to measurement, which is instrumentation experiment, where we find the resistance of an unknown resistor using two well-known bridges, that is Wheatstone as well as Kelvin's bridge. So this is all Part A experiment. Coming to Part B, as I said, we are going to do simulation in these, using the EDA software, where we are going to use National Instruments Multisim in our laboratory, which has already been shared to you. The link has already been shared to you. Please download and install it. So in this particular simulation list of experiments, we have four different experiments. The first experiment is the static input and output characteristic of BJT common emitter configuration transistor, and we also evaluate the hybrid parameters in that case. Second experiment is simulation of the transfer and the drain characteristic of JFET, which is junction field effect transistor, and metal oxide field effect transistor. These two are basically types of field effect transistors. The third experiment is a simulation on the silicon control rectification, which is basically full wave rectifier, using again one of the kind of triggering circuit, which is UJT triggering circuit, unijunction transistor triggering circuit. The last experiment is the simulation of a regulated power supply, where we design a regulated supply and we try to simulate it, understand how basically the characteristic nature of a regulator will be for different loads and different input voltages. So these are in total 10 different experiments that we will be dealing in this particular laboratory. So hope you will enjoy this laboratory session. Thank you, one and all.